I'm wondering if this is like too dark, but bring it closer. Okay. Hello. Hi. Oh my God. All you guys are popping in. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, yay, thank you. Is it too dark? I could turn on the lights more too. I just wanted some spooky vibes since we're all into the whole spooky thing, right? um, let's see. Give me 1 second. How's everyone doing? How was like your long I hope you guys had a long weekend. I know I had Monday off. Okay, thank you. Okay, if you like the lights in here, we'll leave it as so. Um, cool. Okay, so summer break. Some of you guys are on summer break. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna leave the green. I guess it's like a turquoise. Can't even talk today. Color, so I might leave it in for a little longer. I had purple, I had red. I don't know. Um is it just okay. Thank you. Yay, guys. Okay, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the lights. I just trying to catch up. Did anyone go to VidCon? I'm just like curious. Did anyone go to VidCon? I'm literally catching up. I know VidCon was a couple of weeks ago at this point, but I went to VidCon and I'm literally looking over some footage. I stayed at a haunted Airbnb, which is so funny. It was not intentional. I know it sounds intentional because, like, I am a host on a spooky channel and I already talk about paranormal things on my own account. But no, it was not planned. Okay, so catch this. I ended up getting an Airbnb because I just don't like staying at hotels sometimes. It's just overpriced. And then there's like all the parking lots and everything you have to worry about, especially when you're in Anaheim. So I stayed in an Airbnb and the house was built. There's like a little plate that says 1901 and the name of the house. It was like a historical house. And hi Caitlin, sorry. Hi Caitlin. Um so yeah, okay, so I stayed by myself. My husband couldn't get the days off. And so it kind of worked out though because we were I had all this stuff going on at VidCon and I met a lot of amazing people. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun at VidCon. I know I did. There was so much going on. There's so many amazing people there, panels and so on. But basically, I stayed at this Airbnb, right? I stayed there for like 4 days. And at first, I was like, I'm kind of getting some off vibes, but overall, I feel pretty peaceful and calm. I feel good. I'm actually going to be making a quick TikTok video on it. I didn't want to make any long video on it. And, but I got like two small things. Okay, so basically, the first 2 nights, I had trouble sleeping, but I feel like that's always in any place, right? Whenever you're staying at a hotel, Airbnb, I know I'm one of those people that I'm in a hard time adjusting to a new place and falling asleep, especially if you're going on like a mini getaway and there's so much going on. So I had a trouble sleeping at first. Then I found like this closet. Okay, I know it's not that scary, but it is like when you're by yourself in this Airbnb. So the way that it was set up is that I had like the first floor to myself kind of. Um and there's like a little room there. The upstairs is where like off limits, that's where the owner stayed. And then like the back house was like another Airbnb rental. So anyway, my room that I was in, the closet had like a little doorway to a crawl space, but I couldn't access it. There was carpet. There was like carpet on it. So I couldn't access it, but I know when I was opening the closet door, I'm like, this is kind of creepy. There's a little mini door into the crawl space. Like that's not scary. And there's literally like the carpet outline of where the door would have been, if that makes sense. Again, you'd have to see my video. Maybe we can post something on Instagram stories over it. But anyway, so I could see that there's like a latch and everything, but it was like glued on. So it was kind of hard. And plus, I'm a guest at an Airbnb. I'm not going to take apart a carpet to get there. So yeah, I know Coraline vibes. Harley Winter says Coraline vibes. Yes. So anyway, fast forward, I had not met the owners of the Airbnb. And I think like the second to the last night, I ran into the owner finally. And I said, you have like a doorway to your closet. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's where we keep like, it used to be like a little crawl space. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I know most older houses, especially in like the 1900s, had, interesting doorways like that. And so I ended up taking out my handy dandy ghost equipment. I own a polterscript, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically like receiving a text from a spirit. Most people know that device as an ovulus, but they don't really make those, and they're very similar as like a spirit box. I'm sure most of us know what spirit box are. It's kind of like where you hear the radio frequency like scan through all these channels, and people try to use it to like, yeah, talk to people. Can you guys hear me all right still? Sorry. I'm always paranoid that this is not working though. Let me just fix that. Okay. Okay, cool. Yay. So anyway, so I use my polterscript. I also have my Boo Buddy Bear. And maybe one day I can take you guys with me on like, I don't know, haunted place and try those things out. But I have a Boo Buddy and it's stuffed. Where is he? Is he behind me? Yes, he's actually behind me. So let me show you what my Boo Buddy Bear looks like. Next to my haunted doll, of course. Anyway, so this is my Boo Buddy Bear. And it's basically like a little mini like assistant with you when you go ghost hunting. I'll ask questions to the spirits. It'll also tell you when the temperature drops, if anything's touching the bear. It'll ask open questions to the spirit. And so yeah, it makes me feel like, I have someone with me. I don't know what to name him. Maybe one day I'll find a name. But I feel like this makes, I don't know why I say him. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why. But yeah, maybe I can find a name for my Boo Buddy. But anyway, so I had my Boo Buddy Bear with me and those two devices I had. And so I started, trying to chip away and see if I can talk to the spirit. And okay, so what I got with the polterscript was a couple of words. First, it was Joe. Then it said bottom portal. And I'm like, bottom portal. And then my eyes lit up. I'm like, oh, the cross space. What? Are you just playing a prank on me? I think the spirit was playing a prank on me. Because overall I felt safe. I don't know. I've been enough around places to know where I'm like creeped out by certain locations. Hi, Alexis. I love the bats. Thank you. So yeah, so that's what I got. And then when I took out the Boo Buddy Bear, because Boo Buddy will ask questions like, can you knock for me? And then I did hear like a knock, but not at the same time. It was like moments apart. So yeah. I don't know, maybe Joe was messing with me. I think it's Allie Copen. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, and it's interesting because when I spoke to the owner, she was telling me that she was basically saying that she believes her house is haunted, but most of the most of the Airbnb guests have never mentioned anything off-putting by any means. I think the owner mentioned too that she believes that her house is also haunted by like her great 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 grandmother, basically, because she inherited the house. So she said that there was this one time when she was in the kitchen and she fell and she know that she should have actually fallen like on the ground and or on the floor. She's not outside, she's inside on the floor. And she felt like someone like grabbed her shoulder and like basically prevented her from falling. So yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, so should I turn on the lights? I know I'm sorry. I know some people said that might be blurry. Are you guys good? Should I try to get more lights in? Um, I know I asked this before, but I was seeing that some people were saying that it looks kind of blurry, so I don't want it to look too blurry for you guys. It's okay. Okay. Well, if it does look bad, I will turn on the lights and get more light in here. Cool. It's not blurry. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Um, okay, yay. Great. So yeah, that was my experience. So while the whole commotion of VidCon was going on, I was staying, little did I know, a haunted Airbnb, but it's not like super haunted. Again, it was just the owner's great 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 grandmother or something like that. Um, yeah, again, it's like I know because they talk about the spooky things. Of course, this would happen to me, right? I swear. They do say that if you talk enough about ghosts and haunted things, sometimes you just become a magnet for it. I don't know. Happy birthday, Hitoshi. Happy birthday. Does that make you a Cancer? I mean, I don't know. Sorry, astrology wise, I don't know if you're into. um. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's a great question. Am I a psychic? So yes. Okay, so here's something. I did a video on this on the misconceptions on my own stuff. If you want to check it out, you can learn a little bit more about like my belief system on that. But yeah, I don't okay, I think that most people ask that question. They're like, "Oh, can you do me a reading?" And it's like, "Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of people do it not for the money. They do it for like their own like intuition. Sometimes they want to tap into that and yeah. Okay, so sorry. I'm gonna catch up on some of these. I have not been to Gettysburg, Drew. I would love to go to Gettysburg maybe one day. I think I had a friend mention that they have seen soldiers and stuff. Like there's like I think there's a bunch of museums and locations out there that I would love to visit. But someone told me that they did capture on footage like a soldier or something like that. Death Star, they're different. So on my account on Stephanie Strange YouTube, I did a video on like the misconceptions. So if you guys are interested in that stuff on psychic mediums, you can totally check that out too. Um, but yeah, I would love to visit the East Coast. There's so many scary things. And sorry, I'm trying to catch up. And what is the most creepy thing that happened to me? So I know I shared last time I was on a live one of the creepy childhood experiences I had, but the most recent one that I think really shook me. So I went to the Myrtles plantation in Louisiana, and I I will definitely say New Orleans is crazy cool. I love New Orleans. I would go again. If you guys have recommendations on where I should go, please. East Coast, the South, just like places to visit that you think that like are spooky or just beautiful, let me know. But I had the opportunity to go to New Orleans for my birthday. My husband surprised me and we went off to New Orleans. Now the Myrtles plantation isn't in New Orleans. It's an hour north somewhere. I'm trying to remember where exactly, but um, it's kind of like a bed and breakfast, but they do tours there. And anyways, so we what day was it? We did like an evening tour, and it was okay. So we started off in a room. So it starts off is that they do a tour, and of course, they talk about the history of the house, the owners of the house, people that may have died in the house, right? And we started off in this little room where there's like a bed, and apparently, like the bed gets like these like mysterious handprints and stuff. But that's not the creepy part. So this is where it gets really weird. The whole tour was really weird. Okay, and I've been to the Queen Mary, the Stanley Hotel, the cemetery, a couple of cemeteries. I visited a handful of places where it's been spooky. Also, Colorado Springs has like the Cave of the Winds, and apparently there's also another, like, it's like a haunted part of the cave. So I've been to like these really interesting places. And we okay, back to the room though. I'm sorry, I'm just keep thinking about how weird that experience was. Okay. So the guy starts telling us about how the slave owner uh basically had like a favorite slave, unfortunately, and just the whole thing. The stories always make me sad. And anyway, there was one of the slaves, and she was caught eavesdropping. So she used to work inside the house in that time frame, and they caught her eavesdropping. And before he explained anything about this person and like what was about to happen to her, right? We were all in like kind of like a line, and he's against the wall. I'm towards like the exit. I'm the last person. My husband is actually 3 people ahead of me because he was trying to get photos. So there's like no one behind me. And as he's talking about what happened to the slave, something yanks my ear. I turn around. There is no one behind me. I was looking at my husband. He did not yank my ear. And he's never really pranked me like that. I was like, what the heck? And then like when that happened, the tour guide said they cut off her ear. I was like, what just happened? What just happened? So then as the tour progresses, we're led to the living room. And well, one of the living rooms. So as you walk out the room, they show you like a mirror that's supposedly haunted. Didn't feel anything there. It was whatever. And that's the only place within the house that you could take pictures to. So then we get led into like one of the living rooms. It's called the psychic room. Now, they say that a lot of people who are sensitive to spirits have fainted, have felt things, have seen things, whatever. All right. So this is where I start to get a little anxiety because, and it's not because he said what he said, because I was still like tripping out over whatever yanked my ear. And as I'm walking away from the crowd of people, the tour guide, his back is facing like a mirror above a fireplace, not the haunted mirror. We're in a different room at this point. I'm walking away and I'm trying to just get some breathing room. And I look up and I see a shadow man get up from the crowd of people and walk away from all of us. I literally see his silhouette in the mirror. And I'm like, does no one see this? Am I hallucinating? What the heck? And I'm already just like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is now the second thing. We then get led to the gentleman's room. That's the front of the house. Now, this is where they start explaining that the owner of the house, he got shot, basically. Okay. As we enter the gentleman's room, I don't know any of this information. All I know is that that's the gentleman's room. We walk in there. I feel a piercing pain through my chest. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just the anxiety, whatever. Moving on, right? He explains how the owner was a Abraham Lincoln supporter and the town hated him for that. And he answered the door and got shot through the heart. I'm feeling a piercing pain. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And so at this point, I'm texting my husband. I'm like, we need to get out of this. We need to get out of this house. We need to get out of this house. I have been yanked. My ear was yanked. I saw the shadow man in daylight, and I felt the piercing. Those are 3 things I felt in that house. Oh, and I forgot to mention this too. So when we pulled up in the driveway, I got anxiety, like just setting foot on that property that night. And mind you, like I'm very curious of haunted locations. I'm not usually afraid of things. And so as we're there, I thought I saw something hanging from the tree. And so I kid you not, my husband had to like take me to the gas station across the street and just take a moment. And I was like, what is going on here? What the heck? And so anyway, I forgot about the hanging thing because that did trip me out, but I dismissed it as like, okay, maybe I'm just like psyching myself, like I'm scaring myself. Dismiss it, right? Well, no, we do the whole tour and I'm like, what just happened? I was literally messed with. Oh my goodness. And again, I've been to other haunted locations. I think there's nothing like scary locations in New Orleans. Okay, that was, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was just not, that was a different thing. And then, okay, so if you guys ever do a tour there, at the very end of the tour, they'll show you a picture that was taken in the late 90s. So before like Photoshop, I mean, photographs have always been manipulated. Okay, let's be real, they always have been. But this was like before like digital Photoshop, right? So the story goes is that the person that bought the house to convert it into a bed and breakfast had to take photos of this property for insurance reasons. So they had to see the conditions of the house, and the insurance company said, make sure there's no one in the photographs, just a property. Take pictures of just a property. And so then the person took photos, sent it over to the insurance company. The insurance company sent back a notice and said, we told you don't have people in the photos. And guess who they saw? They saw the slave that got her ear cut off and these 3 children. And apparently someone from like National Geographic studied the image and couldn't find any photo manipulation on it. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm still with how creepy is that? Let me catch up. Okay, sorry, I'm catching up on some of these comments. Yeah, some people, yeah, some of you guys thought that was pretty scary. Yes, I did. Ali, sorry, is it Ali Copen? I did. I feel like I did feel his death. Harley, why was it just you? Honestly, I didn't talk to anyone, so I really don't know if it was just me. And they've said on the tour that a lot of people experience things. That's why they have the room called the psychic room, because people experience things, and it's definitely not labeled because of just me. So I don't know. My aunt is afraid of black cats due to her being superstitious of her religion. Yeah, that's Alexis. That's so unfortunate. I love black cats. I think in some cultures though, and I don't think it's Japanese culture. Might be. Sorry if don't quote me on this. Some people believe that black cats are good luck. Actually, Angel the gamer. You know what? If you're up for it, go test out. I don't know. Maybe you'll see something or feel something at the Myrtles plantation. Lydia says, I would not even go into the house. I was not expecting for anything, but I think, when you really think about it, it was a plantation. There's some heavy stuff. You know what I mean? Hi, Brittany. Yeah, wolves are scary. Ali asked, do I know any stories of the man who never ages or the black-eyed women or possibly Grandmother Hill? I'd have to look more into some of those. I know about like black-eyed children. And then Anthony Shepard asked, have you been to the Cecil Hotel? And I think he did spell it right, actually. Okay, so I've never fully actually been inside the Cecil Hotel, but I have definitely driven by it several times. I would say that I don't know. I guess when you live near that area or people that live in the area, no one wants to like stay there. Not because well, yes, part of it is because of the tragedy that happened there, but also because it's next to Skid Row. So like a lot of people are really apprehensive being there, especially at night. It's just not safe due to like the homeless issue, the gangs and stuff of that nature. So never been there inside. I don't know. I don't honestly like it does weird me out. I'm not gonna lie. I did a whole thing on the Cecil Hotel years like when I first started TikTok. And one of the things that just I am so just baffled by. Have you guys seen, I think it's Blue Water. That's the name, Blue Water, I think. I have to look it up. But it is a movie, and I think it was either Korean or Japanese. There's 2 different versions. But it came out years before the whole thing with Eliza happened at the Cecil Hotel. But basically the movie, like to a T, 10 years before the incident, like happened. That is so bizarre that a movie where like a girl drowns in water and then like the people see like blood or drink the water. That was like a movie like 10 years before the incident. So weird. And like there's a whole thing that like she was wearing red, like the main character in the movie was wearing like a red or something like that. And then like Eliza was wearing red in the elevator. I don't know, man. It just trips me out for sure. Um, no problem, Angel. So I've only played Among Us once, and I would love to play again. I'm just not cool enough to play with people, I guess. I don't know. But I would love to play it. That was a lot of fun when I did play that one time. I keep hearing my siblings laughing, even though they're nowhere near me. Zina, sorry, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. So, okay, I I know I covered this last time about like somebody like a spirit or something, I don't know, something mimicked my sister when she was not there. And I came to later find out from the internet, from the people of the internet, the good old people of the internet, that that's a type of spirit and they call them mimics, just like mimics. And so I'm like, whoa. So apparently there are spirits that mimic, but okay, let me drink of water because let's stay hydrated, you know? Okay, so I will say that I had my mentor. She's shaman. She was a shaman. She practiced a lot of shamanism. She was very spiritual. She also really amazing medium at that. She basically would told me that she believes, based on that story, that the reason why the spirit or a spirit or entity mimicked my sister is that they believe that perhaps that entity or spirit or whatever it was probably trying to get me to buy some time so my sister wouldn't be in danger. So, for example, in the result of someone mimicking my sister, we called her job and we ended up having her pull away from her current work duties to be on the phone with me. And apparently, the person that was my mentor said that she believes that in that time span that I borrowed from her to be on the phone, it prevented her from maybe getting attacked at a parking lot or something bad. You know what I mean? So that's what she believed. I don't know though. I'm still to this day, I don't have the answers to that, but I do know is that apparently some spirits will mimic your loved ones. So be careful. Also, have you heard of the whole doppelganger thing? Like that's also like the doppelganger phenomenon is creepy too. Yes, Angel. So, okay, my cousin, okay, so 3 years after the incident that I had with my sister, my cousin, who at the time was living in California, I was living in Minnesota, she said that she heard her mom calling her out the window. And so my cousin looked out the window, no one was there. She went downstairs, no one was there. Same thing. I don't know. Yes, I actually have one of my books that I'm reading right now on witchcraft is the Witch's Guide to Ghost Hunting. So that's another fun little thing. I think you can look it up on like Amazon and stuff. But here's something movie. Someone Sorry. So Ali Copeland says she's a guardian of travelers. For example, if you're alone and hiking, you can hear something moving, rocks are thrown, and such is its grandmother Hill warning you of danger. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Um, yeah, doppelgangers are scary, you guys. I don't even honestly, there was a story that kind of scared me of doppelgangers. It was about, I think it was like on Reddit or something. But basically, this guy said that he got up to go get a glass of water at night. He woke up, he was dehydrated, and he went to the kitchen and he thought he saw his girlfriend in the kitchen with him. And he was like, okay. And he looked at her and he's like, oh, I just saw you in the bedroom. That was fast. Like, how did you get by me? And she just stood there, back facing towards him. And he's like, okay, whatever. Turns around, grabs his water, goes to bed. It's like a hair thing. And then he goes to the bedroom and he sees his girlfriend wrapped up in the blanket sleeping. And he's just like, what? What the heck? And so he like shakes her, like, how are you getting by me? And she wakes up and she looks at him. She's like, what are you talking about? You just woke me up. I have not gotten up. Oh, yeah. So I don't know, you guys. Yes, Drew. Okay, so yes, the Abraham Lincoln thing. Yes, apparently Abraham Lincoln saw his own doppelganger. I think like was it like a week, like a couple of weeks before he was killed. I don't know. Yeah. What's up, Sir Cheesy? Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to catch up on anything else. Um, Afraid your mom is afraid of clowns, Alexis. Oh gosh, yeah, clowns are scary. But it's interesting because I was never really afraid of clowns. I think I was like that one weird person that like loved clowns. I remember when we were still having clowns at birthday parties when I was a kid. When I went to El Salvador, we had a clown for my cousin's like seventh birthday or something. And I was the only one playing with the clown, and all the other kids are crying. I don't know. I've always liked clowns. It's not like that bad, but like I think now, of course, like there's definitely a distinction between like scary clowns and not scary clowns. I don't know. But anyway, but I think that wraps up everything. Hi Blair. That's awesome. Nice to see you here. Okay, I have to sign off now, but this was a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. And we will definitely try to have another live. I think we're having these monthly, so it was a lot great. It was a lot of fun. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your night. Bye.